All right. What's your name? How old are you? And where are you originally from?
My name is Alicia Davis. I'm 33, and I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Mhm.
And can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your story?
Um, whew, it's a long one. It's a crazy one. Um, Abuse, um, sex trafficking, the typical transient lifestyle.
What's your current living situation right now?
I got all my benefits cut, so I'm on the streets.
Homeless?
Yeah,
How long have you been homeless?
practically my whole adult life.
How old are you?
33,
So since the age of like about 18, you've been homeless?
pretty much.
How's that been?
Hectic, fun, not so fun. It's life.
What would you say led to the you being homeless?
Me being hard headed, growing up way too fast, growing up way too fast, and in a abusive household, and not knowing, like, thinking I knew everything when I didn't. Um, Followed by influences, and I was very naive and very childish.
Was that did you live, was it like your parents that were abusive or
Oh yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
and that was just physically abusive?
Physically, emotionally, sexually.
So that kind of pushed you out to the street?
Um, I wouldn't necessarily say that pushed me out into the streets. I would necessarily say that kept me out on the streets, because it's hard as an adult trying to get over something that happened to you as a child, and you don't know that it's happening to you because you're a child. And then growing up realizing that that's not supposed to happen, and it's all wrong, and everything that you've been told is a lie. It messes you up. It fucks you up in the head. You don't want to relive this stuff. And you don't want to talk about it, because what you thought was normal isn't normal. So everybody looks at you like you're a fucking weirdo or you're a creep, and you don't want that. So you just stay quiet and just do drugs to mask it all out.
And what would you say some of the biggest challenges are that you face being homeless?
Um, that's a tough question.
It must be pretty dangerous out here.
Oh, it's very dangerous. I it's very dangerous.
What are some of the dangerous things that you see out here or that you've experienced?
Um, I wouldn't necessarily say that I am good looking or attractive or whatever, but uh, if you're any type of female, whether you're drop dead gorgeous or not, you're in a dangerous situation, especially if you're alone and by yourself and you don't have anybody backing you. I don't have family here. I'm by myself, and I'm the easiest target because no one's coming to check for me. So if I disappear, who's gonna care?
And do you think if you went missing one day, anybody would come looking for you?
Well, I did go missing. Went missing for 2.5 years.
And
I was in a coma.
what happened?
Uh, I got sold into prostitution, but the person who sold me thought that I was younger than what I am. And like, I've been around the block. This isn't my first rodeo. So I skipped town. I didn't show up when I was supposed to. And it fucked all their situation up, and they got fronted. They got fronted 17 kilos and $10,000 for me.
Oh, dang.
And they spent all the money, and they did use up all the drugs. And when they didn't produce me, they had to pay back double what it was originally. And then they still weren't satisfied. They still said, we don't even care about that. We want the girl. We want her. And they didn't have me. So
So when that happened, when they sell you they're selling you to a person, is that because they're trafficking you?
I was supposed to go to Mexico. I was supposed to go over to Mexico, and how they made it seem was they told me, do you want to make some money? I said, yeah. They didn't really tell me any details. They said, all you got to do is go over to Mexico and bring stuff over back from the border. And I'm like, okay, cool, everything. And they're like, oh, I'm going to go with you. Everything's going to be cool. And then when it boils down to it, call it was an act of God or whatever you want to call it. But I had my information. I had all my stuff in my hands, put it in my purse. I zipped it up. The person calls me, talked to me, and was doing my EDD at the time and was asking for my information. I opened up my purse, like this was in like 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. I opened up my purse and all my information is gone. The stuff that I just put in my purse and zipped up is gone, vanished. I'm like, I don't think I could go to Mexico anymore because I don't have any of my information. They go, oh, you don't need any information. What? I'm like, yeah, maybe it's to go into Mexico, but when I come back, I'm going to need some ID. No, you don't. That was red flag number 1 right there. So I just played the part, like, oh, she thinks I'm stupid. Okay. I played the part, and I was just like, well, you didn't never even tell me how much I'm going to be making for this. Like, what, how, oh, don't worry, they'll take care of you. Oh, okay. Oh, and remember how I said I was going to go with you? I can't go with you, so family issues, but don't trip. You're going to be going with 3 Paisa dudes. They don't speak a lick of English, but don't worry. Just all you got to do is do what they tell you to do, and you'll be fine. But you just said they don't speak any English. Mm-hmm. So how am I supposed to do that? So that just killed it right there. Now where I messed up at is, I was smart in the sense of knowing that she was on bullshit and knowing what was up. But like 6 months later, I did talk to her for 6 months, and being a drug addict, I was super sick, and she was the only person I knew who could get my drugs, and I called her, and she ended up giving me a hot shot of heroin and battery acid.
And what was the purpose of that?
To kill me.
She wanted to kill you?
Mm-hmm.
And so did you take that?
What do you mean?
You injected that?
No, she injected it for me. Like, she grabbed my arm and did it for me.
And then what happened then?
Well, this is an act of God, seriously, because I didn't know this. Apparently, I was already septic. I already had gangrene and MRSA in my bloodstream for over like 2 years, and it just deteriorated my heart. So what it's supposed to do, I guess, battery acid is supposed to poison your blood, but since my blood was already poisoned, it didn't do anything, but like, it kind of reacted. It kind of reacted, and it caused me to have a stroke, which caused me to be in a coma. The stroke caused me to get in a coma. And I was found in the middle of the desert, naked, rushed to the hospital in Palm Springs. Palm Springs couldn't handle my situation, and they flew me out to Loma Linda.
Wow.
And I was there for 2.5 years because they didn't know who I was. I'm not from California, and I've never been in the system. I've never been arrested, never been in jail. So they didn't know who I was, and they didn't want to like pull the plug or like without knowing who I was. Well, after 2.5 years, nobody came looking for me. So they decided to pull the plug. It just so happens that I decided to breathe on my own.
Wow. And then going back to some of the dangers in the street, what other dangers do you face out here? As a woman that's just by herself.
There's a lot of weirdos and a lot of people who they don't want you, they don't wish you well. They don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you succeed. They don't want to see you, they're miserable. they're miserable, and if they see you happy or successful, they want to drain that from you. It's the devil, it's evil. They would just want to wish harm upon you. You don't have to do anything. You could just say good morning to everybody, and they hate that. They don't want positivity. They want negativity. They want to see you down. You really don't have to do anything.
And with your drug addiction, when did you start? At what age did you start using drugs?
Um, around like 20, 25. I didn't realize I was using drugs, because the doctor was prescribing them to me. A pitbull bit my nose off, and, I had to have reconstruction surgery. And I was at the time I was a stripper, and I was paying out of pocket. I didn't have any insurance, but I was making so much money that I was paying out of pocket. I didn't care. I had the money, and I paid for my, reconstruction surgery up front, and I would pay for the doctor visits. The doctor visits were like $3,000 per visit, and, he was over prescribing me Percocet. But I was taking them like he told me to. Like,
Right.
I didn't know I was abusing them until he got busted and lost his license and ended up going to jail. We ended up, all his patients ended up, suing him.
So as of today, what's your drug of choice?
Well, I like to call myself an all-star. I'm not trying to glorify it or anything. I just, it's really fucked up, but to make myself feel better about myself, like, instead of saying I'm a junkie or an addict, I just like to say I'm an all-star.
And what drug is that you're
Any drug that gets me fucked up.
really?
If I can't find my drug of choice, which is an opiate, pain pill,
So like heroin,
yeah,
fentanyl, or maybe some pills.
yeah, any kind of downer, because I'm a naturally up person. So any kind of downer that like brings my hyperness cool and just calm and collective, like, and being sick fucking sucks too, and being in pain sucks. So
what age did you start using?
25.
25 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then what would you say like made you start using
The
drugs?
doctors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that, and I actually hear this a lot, that the doctors prescribe, and once they stop that prescription, or in your case, he gets busted.
Yeah, he got busted.
Now you gotta,
I swear I had no idea what was going on. He had me on, perk 30s, which is one of the highest doses that you could be on, for 2.5 years. I had no clue. Like, I was just doing what he told me. I did
wow.
not know that, like, what he was doing was illegal, what he was doing to me. Like, I was just doing what he told me to do. I didn't know that I was going to a shady doctor. I didn't know nothing like that. So when he got busted, I tried to go to another pain management doctor because, of course, like, my prescription runs out. I need more pills, I need more
Right.
stuff. I didn't know that though. And the doctor straight up told me, like, oh, honey, like, I'm so sorry. Like, he fucked you up. Like, straight up, like, was it professional? Like, straight up told me, like, just like that. I was like, what do you
Yeah.
mean? I don't get it. I don't understand.
What would you say a normal day is like for you? Like when you first wake up to going to bed?
If there is going to bed, waking up, I have to have my shit. Like, that's a mandatory. It keeps me walking. I get it prescribed to this day, so.
You get sick if you don't get it?
Oh, fuck yeah.
What kind of sickness do you experience?
It's the most horrible feeling in the fucking world. Like, it's painful. It sucks. And I have a pacemaker, and I actually take fentanyl for my pain. Like, I have chronic pain now. Like, I'm supposed to be in a wheelchair right now, but they stole my wheelchair. So I had to force myself to get out the wheelchair and walk. Like I'm in pain every day. So I don't get high off of fentanyl. It keeps me walking.
Yeah. What how do you make your money out here?
That's a great question. I'm just blessed, I guess. Honestly, like,
And what's like one of the hardest things about your day? Is
finding my drugs.
that pretty hard?
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of bullshit that goes around, and then I don't have to worry about cops or anything like that because I get a prescription. I have a prescription for this stuff, but I don't have a prescription for street legal stuff. It's a difference. It's a difference between the doctor's prescriptions and illegal street drugs. They cut my benefits, which cut my Medi-Cal. It cut everything else. So my copay went from $150 per month to $956 per month. I can't pay that. They cut my disability. They cut my SSI. They cut everything. And they want me to go back to Wisconsin just to get my ID and my social. Like, how am I going to do that? Like, no, there's no way. So,
Do you get any help from any like family or friends? You just have nobody
no.
while you're out here. Did you make friends out here that could help you?
Street friends, but at the end of the day, you really can't trust for street friends either. They steal from you just like everybody else does.
And what are some of those moments that you hold on to, like some positive moments that kind of gets you through the day? Do you have any of those?
They can make me cry.
Okay.
Um, Seeing my friends happy, me having my shit, don't have to worry about food, not cold, not hot, comfortable. That's a good day for me.
And for anybody watching, what would you tell someone who has never struggled with addiction about how hard it is to stop?
Um, I just say I pray for you, and I thank God that you don't have to go through what I have to.
And what's one of the biggest lessons that you've learned from this experience?
Um, Believe in yourself and trusting God and fight, fight for yourself, fight to stay alive. They'll try to steal your shine. People will hate you. I had a girl tell me the reason why she hates me is because she couldn't hate me. Like, that make sense? So,
And what do you wish more people understood about being homeless and using drugs?
you caught me on a bad day. I look tore from the floor up right now, but I just woke up. Let me get dressed. I don't look like a homeless person on the streets. Um, my life is, I'm not going to say my life is all that hard because it's not. I eat every day. I get my stuff every day, even though it's like, took me a long time, but I still get my stuff every day. And I don't hurt people to do it. And people are always willing to help me out. So I don't, I don't really struggle that hard. Like, I'm on the streets, yeah, but there's a lot of people out here that's worse off than me. So I'm grateful being in the position that I'm in. I'm grateful for it,
Do you ever
regardless.
feel like scared that you might get like a bad batch one day?
No,
No?
I hope I do. I did. The battery acid and heroin. That was the bad dose.
But I'm pretty sure you see a lot of people overdosing out here.
You know why they're overdosing from fentanyl? Because it's not meant for them. That's why. That's why these people, these young people, they're doing it because I don't know why they're doing it. I don't really understand it. I don't get it. Like, I have open heart surgery. I have a pacemaker, and I'm supposed to be in a wheelchair. And I forced myself out of that wheelchair. And every step that I take hurts. Every breath that I take hurts. I got the scars to freaking prove it. I had to cut my own toe off. Like, I've been through so much pain. So, fentanyl doesn't get me high.
Is that why you're?
Yeah.
Wow, that's intense.
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
You cut it off yourself?
Yeah, I had to at the casino.
Oh wow, what do you use?
A Skypel from Michael's.
Wow.
I had 25 blues on me, 25 perk sets. 25 perks in 3 hours.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
And you mind showing? Let me see. Just so they can see what we're talking about. Wow.
And yes, it does mess up your balance.
Does it really?
Yes, it does.
I have a friend who has 6 toes.
Really? That's cool.
She probably has really good balance.
So I need it.
Living on the streets can be dangerous. Have you ever felt like your safety was at risk? And are there experiences that you faced that you felt like you had no control of?
Every single day of my life. Every day. Like, if it's not the way that I dress, or if I dress too slutty, I'm a whore who's trying to refer to the girls and they get jealous. To the men, I'm just a sex object and not a real woman, just a thing. And no matter what, at the end of the day, I don't have a choice. They say you have a choice. You don't really have a fucking choice. You don't have a choice at all. Whatever the person, whoever's stronger than you, I'm 82 pounds. Like, it doesn't take much to overpower me. I have a pacemaker. I'm already disabled.
And are you talking about like being assaulted out here?
Yeah, every day, sexually assaulted. Like, people say that I'm a pretty girl out here. Okay, but that sucks. It sucks because I get harassed all day, every day. I don't get peace.
So what do you do? I mean, do you call the police or?
Fuck no. Call the police. Fuck no. What they gonna do? Make it worse? Sometimes the police are the assaulters.
But when it comes to sexual assault, you're saying that you get assaulted every day?
Practically, yeah. Been happening my whole life. It's not even, I don't even call it sexual assault anymore. I just call it every day. It's just life.
And then how do you get that to stop?
Just go with it. Like, don't fight it. I know it sucks, but I rather keep my teeth intact and my face not bruised up and bloody and having to fucking, and then half the time, if I don't have my fucking dope, that really fucking sucks. I don't want to be beat the fuck up and practically almost murdered because I want to scream, oh, help me, and get punched in the fucking face multiple times. And then still rape and then not have my drugs. Okay, no, I'm good. I'll just shut the fuck up. Hopefully this person gets me high and I'll just shut the fuck up and let them do whatever the fuck they want me to do. So I don't have to get beat the fuck up.
So a person that rapes you is also the person that you might sit there and get high with after? Just as
Fuck it, why not? What? That's the least they can do.
if you could share one message with the people watching, what would it be?
It would be, don't take life for granted. Enjoy what you have. Live in the moment. Don't worry about the petty stuff. Just be happy. Just be happy to be alive. Because even when you're in pain and hurting, you're still alive.
And what do you hope for the future?
I pretty much set myself up for success. Like, it's just me getting there. Like, I have all the tools and this, like, I have all the tools for me to be successful and not to be on the streets and not to be like this. It's just a waiting game. Like, it's going to take 4 to 16 weeks for my birth certificate to get out here. I don't have an address, so they won't send it until I have an address. So I got to get a P.O. box. That costs money. I have a habit. My habit comes before anything else. So, but I'm trying. I'm going to get there.
And if you could go back and give a younger version of yourself some advice, what advice would that be?
Nothing. Wouldn't be nothing.
And the scars on your arms, what? It looks like you had some surgery, or
I took butcher knives to him.
you cut yourself with a butcher knife?
That's how bad I wanted to stop shooting up heroin. I thought that destroying the thing that was causing me to use in my mind, like that's why I say the mind is a powerful, powerful thing. Like, it's so powerful, and you don't even. It's just really powerful. If you believe something so hard, it could come true. Like, if you just believe, like that's why I said there is a God. If you just believe, it will happen. Like, manifestation, it will happen. In my mind, I believe that if I stop shooting, if I destroy my arms, I would stop myself from shooting up.
Can you hold your arms out so I can see the scars? They're pretty intense scars.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did a number to myself.
You've been through a lot in your life, but it's good to see that you still have a positive attitude, and
Yeah,
I think that's what helps you a lot.
you got to. It may seem all that, but it's really not.
And you know, these videos, they're never to make someone look bad, or it's just to share a story and help the next person.
Even if I was like drugged out right now, which I like, clearly I'm not. Well, whatever you want to call it. You can't make me look bad. Like, you can't.
And is there one person out there that you wanna, if they see this video, that you wanna leave them with a message? Who would that be, and what would you want to tell them?
It would be to my sister.
What would you want to tell your sister?
I know you don't understand my decisions, and I know you're really, really angry with me for not coming home, but I couldn't. I couldn't. And I love you.
And you're okay with us using this on social media?
Yeah, for $10, I can get something to eat.